So you're sitting at work at your desk, and all of a sudden your boss barges in, yelling and screaming, pointing at you, saying, all the information you gave me is wrong. All the statistics are rigged by you to get rid of me. You are fired. Well, that just happened. Hi, I'm David Thompson, and yes, that just happened to Erica McEntarfer. I hope I got her name right. Now, in firing the head of the agency that collects employment and inflation statistics, the president underscored his tendencies to suppress facts that don't promote his own version of reality. Now, President Donald Trump ordered the firing of the head of the Bureau of Labor Statistics hours after a stunning government report showed that hiring had slowed down significantly over the past 3 months. Now, talking through Truth Social, his own social media group, he attacked Erica McEntarfer, the commissioner of the BLS. He claimed that the country's job reports are being produced by a Biden appointee and ordered his administration to terminate her. He said, and I quote, "We need accurate job numbers," Trump wrote. "She will be replaced with someone much more competent and qualified. Important numbers like this must be fair and accurate. They can't be manipulated for political purposes." Now, he intensified his attack in a later post, writing, "In my opinion, today's job numbers were rigged in order to make Republicans and me look bad." He didn't cite any evidence for his claim. Okay, so what was the claim? What happened here? Okay, now I've talked about this for years. I even said this over the Biden administration. And technically, I went back and looked before I did this particular video, and I remember reporting on Biden administration's good job numbers, followed by many, many revisions downward. I never heard Biden complain. I looked for that. He didn't. He went with what the numbers were. But this particular administration is different from all the rest. It's an authoritarian regime. A dictator is in charge, and he doesn't want to hear anything negative. When the BLS reported good numbers initially, he was happy with them, and he does not allow negative numbers in his administration. He only needs positive numbers. He has to tell you he's doing everything right, although everything he's done has led to the numbers I'm going to tell you about right now. The BLS on Friday morning reported that the U.S. economy added just 73,000 jobs in July, well below estimates. It has also revised May and June numbers, and they turned out to be lower than previously announced by more than 200,000 jobs. Now, let me qualify this. This happens all the time. As I mentioned, it happened under the Biden administration. He had big numbers, and then all of a sudden, revisions took them backwards. But in the end, he did have positive numbers, and those are verified. But Donald Trump's policies, his tariffs, and everything he's done has hammered our economy. And we have talked about this here on the David Thompson Show, that there's going to be a problem later on down the road. We're going to start seeing people not hiring. We're going to see prices go up, not immediately, but later. That later is now. Now, McEntarfer has spent much of her career in the federal government. Through the last 20 years, she has worked for the Census Bureau, the Treasury Department, and on the White House Council of Economic Advisors. So she's not unqualified. Trump claimed without evidence that the commissioner faked the job numbers before the election to try to boost Kamala's chances of victory. Former Labor Department officials slammed Trump's decision to fire McEntarfer. The work is done largely by expert career staff who do their jobs with care and pride. Julie Su, who worked as labor secretary during the Biden administration, as she talked to NBC News. Now, of course, let's keep in mind, Donald Trump is a dictator. He is. Those of you that can't get your lips off his butt, take him off for a minute and listen to what I'm saying. He's an authoritarian leader. He's a dictator. He refuses to have anything negative said about his administration. Refuses to debate anybody about it, talks over them, vilifies them, and says they're unqualified. People that have worked for this government for 20 and 30 years, people who've given their lives to the U.S. government, are nothing more than an enemy of the state now. I digress. Now, the BLS routinely revises economic data such as the jobs report, GDP figures, and inflation data. Due to the scale of the U.S. economy and the response rates to BLS surveys, there can often be lags in data collection. But that lag does not imply any wrongdoing or manipulation. Nobody is faking numbers, former Labor Department Chief of Staff Daniel Coe wrote on X. Revisions happen all the time, and I can tell you that I follow revisions. I follow the economy. I follow economic data. Trump has previously praised the BLS reports when they were favorably to his administration in April, May, and June. Any erosion of trustworthy data can impact businesses, consumers, lending, and policymakers. Historically, the United States economic data has been considered the gold standard due to its independence typically given to agencies that collect it. Now, these agencies are independent. Even though Joe Biden appointed somebody, or Bill Clinton appointed somebody, or Ronald Reagan appointed somebody, they don't know these people personally. They go through the list and they look at somebody who's qualified, who they think can do the job, and generally they can, and they're put into that position. There's no secret meeting saying, we make sure you make me look good. That doesn't happen. The United States is a massive economy, people. We think it's just magic that things happen, that you can just do something and it's immediate. Now, just like I mentioned in previous videos, the policies Trump put forth and the tariffs Trump put forth don't affect the economy immediately. Everything has a lag time, like I mentioned. It's because it takes time for things to work through the economy. For instance, many suppliers bought tons of extra parts and material to build things well before the tariffs hit because they wanted to be able to keep prices the same. But when they run out of those materials at that price, they have to go to the market and buy the materials at the price with the tariffs added on. Then the price starts going up. That's logical. That's how the world works. Take it from me. I worked in big business for many, many years, for decades. So don't start telling me you know better, because you don't. And we go on. The Bureau of Labor Statistics is the primary agency that collects information about the nation's labor markets and economy. Its mission statement, here we go, folks. The agency says it measures labor market activity, working conditions, price changes, and productivity in the U.S. economy to support public and private decision making. Okay, so those of you that didn't know, that's kind of what happens. That's what happens, my friends. This is how it all works. There's various people across the government in agencies across this nation that work to do all these jobs you don't hear about. All the jobs Donald Trump wants to get rid of. All of them. We don't need them. We're just going to make it up as we go. The Fuhrer wants people that he can trust. He wants the head of the propaganda department to make up the numbers that sound good for him. Yeah, the propaganda department. Yeah, you know those people? He has a lot of them. They're not going to say anything that contradicts what he wants. Throughout the government, these people are professionals, in spite of what many of you think, that they all needed to be fired. They're all just communists and socialists, and they all want to vote for Democrats. All this crazy talk that you say doesn't exist. These people are professionals. This woman is a professional economist, as you saw in the details of her career. Now, while Donald Trump was attacking the Bureau of Labor Statistics, he was attacking the Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell. He recently said that the chief should be put out to pasture. He wants to fire Jerome Powell. Trump has repeatedly pressured Powell to lower interest rates, but the Fed chair said there's still a long way to go to really understand what the effects of the president's tariffs will be. I've talked about this on this program. Now, just recently, they had a public disagreement. It was pretty tense. Listen to this.
It looks like it's about 3.1 billion. It went up a little bit, or a lot. So the 2.7 is now 3.1.
So we could see that there's an issue here that Trump doesn't want anybody to do their job. He wants them to do what he wants them to do. Once again, he's an authoritarian, a dictator. He doesn't want the people of the United States to know how bad it really is, how much damage he's really done. Now, Donald Trump is not just damaging our own economy here, he's damaging the economy of our allies. He's changing the face of the world. We are now becoming more and more isolated. Countries that we once traded with, Canada and Mexico, are also making deals elsewhere now. We're going to be less and less important to them. Now, everybody tells me, oh, David, everybody needs to use the United States markets. That's the only market in the world. It's a big market that people need to sell their products in. True. But keep in mind, we're 5% of the world's population. More and more nations have bigger and bigger middle classes now. They will buy products wherever they need to buy them, wherever they're cheaper. They will sell their products in markets that have a middle class that will buy them. The United States will get less and less important, and that's because of Donald Trump. his arrogance, his ignorance. So this director, Erica McEntarfer, I wish her the best. I believe she did the job the best of her ability. I believe she's provided the statistics we need in this country. They just didn't work out with Donald Trump. It's not the numbers he wanted to hear. He can't take bad news because he thinks he's smarter than everybody. He thinks he's more important than everybody in the universe. He thinks he has all the right ideas. Sadly, he doesn't. He's a failing president. His popularity is crashing, except among those who have their lips on his butt. Please get your lips off of his butt, because it's time for you to hear the truth. It's time for you to start supporting candidates and people that want to do right for everybody in this country. Not just those rich people he's in love with, but everybody. His tax bill got through, barely. In 2026, we'll see more chaos. We'll see more destruction. And we'll see a lot of poor people without health care and without food. Thank you, Donald Trump, and thank you, Republicans. Eric McEntarfer wasn't trying to make you or the Republicans look bad. You already do. She didn't need to lift a finger. You've made yourselves look bad, because as you gathered and prayed about how many people you can throw off of health care and off of food stamps, the rest of the country's catching on. The rest of the country realizes you guys are clueless, that you don't support the American people. You support yourselves and the richest of the rich. Listen, thank you for watching. I hope that you like, subscribe, and share this video to many of your friends, if not all of your friends. And remember, we have a sister channel, Nights Around the Fire. It's about mysteries, legends, and myths. Me, Ashley Hamilton, and Sue Taylor will take you on journeys into the world of the unknown. I have a link in the description box for that channel. Go over and watch it. I thank you again. Don't forget to love your neighbor as yourself. I'll see you next time right here on the David Tomsic Show. You're fired!